Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, Senior Economist, and we've got a lot to cover in a very short amount of time. So we did have an announcement from the BLS. There seemed to be a lot of confusion about the release schedule, so I'm going to go over this so everybody is clear. So the BLS non-farm will be released. The September numbers will be released tomorrow. That we already know. Now, there is going to be no October report, and the November report will be on December 16th. That said, that is after the FOMC meeting. That's December 9th through 10th. So markets got a little spooked on that, as we're literally only going to have September data before we have the next Fed meeting, and people are afraid that lacking high quality data is going to make this decision harder. And with the more recent hawkish Fed comments, we may not get a cut. In fact, we saw a wave of sellers in the Fed funds future emerge right after this news, and probability of a rate cut went to 33% from just over 40. So traders have pared back bets on that. Again, we will get the September number tomorrow, but again, delayed. Then we had the Fed minutes come out. The Fed minutes showed a divide over October cut, which we already knew because we had a dissent in there, and cast doubt about December. Many Fed officials said it would likely be appropriate to keep interest rates ready for the remainder of 2025. Several participants said another rate cut could very well be appropriate in December if the economy evolved about as they had expected before the next meeting. And many participants suggested that under the economic outlook, it would likely be appropriate to keep the target range unchanged. And in the hierarchy of this many and several, there's many, several, and most. So many falls in the middle, several's at the lower end, and then most is above. So very divided at that. But we did have short-term bond yields jump on the release of those on those minutes. Markets were little changed on that. There was a bigger reaction to the BLS news that came out earlier. The Treasury auction was lackluster. We had a 20-year Treasury auction. I'll give it a C-. There wasn't really much of a concession on the day for the 20 years refunding auction, which is perhaps a testament to some of the signs of risk aversion out there. We know that traders have been averse to the long end, so this wasn't particularly surprising. Then we have Kraken files for the IPO, filing an $800 million raise. So Kraken filed to go public on Wednesday. The cryptocurrency exchange said just hours after announcing a massive funding round valuing the company at $20 billion with a B. The company said it had confidently submitted a draft S-1 registration form with the SEC. It has not determined the number of shares it plans to offer, nor the anticipated price range for those shares. And the IPO will take place as soon as the SEC completes the review process. So congratulations, Kraken. Then we'll just end it with some fun notes. So we had the U.S.-Saudi investment forum is going on right now. And of course, we had Trump speaking there. And of course, he brought up Powell. So Trump says he wants to fire Powell. He said Powell should be sued over Fed construction costs. He called him grossly incompetent. And then he said that he's going to fire Bessent if rates aren't lowered. Jokingly, sort of, but he said the only thing Scott's blowing it on is the Fed, Trump said at the Saudi investment event. He said, rates are too high, Scott, and if you don't get it fixed fast, I'm going to fire your ass, okay? So there you have it on that one. I'm not sure why he was talking about this at the U.S.-Saudi investment forum, but, you know, it's Trump, I guess. And then the best for the last. Elon Musk says that work is going to become optional. He was speaking at this same event. He said, he said AI and robotics are going to make everybody wealthy and eliminate poverty, and working will become optional. So there you go. We may or may not have to work ever again, and AI and robotics will take over. And with that, I will hand it to Jimmy for an Edge report.
Thank you, Shai. That's great news about the future. That means Martini o'clock will start in the morning. So I'm all for the robots taking over. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin right now. Um, we are selling off, obviously. And this is a downward sloping trend channel. It's pretty, I'll use the word caustic because it really, really is. I mean, we're at 88,000 right now, 88,880 to be exact. Right next to, remember our guest this morning, DCP, Donnie was calling out this level as well, and we hit it perfectly so far today. But there's no buyers in sight here. And remember, we have a long-term double bottom brewing here. You can call it a triple bottom if you want. Going on, I talked about this morning. March 11th lows, then we have the April 10th lows. Drag that purple or plum colored rectangle all the way around, and you're going to get a target around that 78,000 number if this continues to be go in the direction it looks like it's going to continue to go on. MACD is just about on my keyboard right now. Intraday, we lost VWAP in the rearview mirror pretty much at 10 to 10:30 candle. These are 30-minute candles. And just kept this sell-off going all day long. We sold through S1, previous session's lows, forget about it. I don't even know if I have any targets down here. I mean, we have to go down to S2 to get our next target, which is 87,230, and below that, it's nothing until you get to S3, and that's very rare event that would happen today, but 82,560. So it looks like it's starting to settle down here. All the volume's pretty much north of the price at this point. Any kind of move back to the upside, maybe you get back to that one day, that put support level at 90,000 or that one-day min. But right now, gamma negative. This is gaining velocity on the downside. Let's shoot over to the E-mini S&P real quick, take a peek at that. Let me get my mouse moving in the right direction here. So, wow. Look at that. We've come a long way, baby, in the E-mini S&P. Double bottom right now. I have this area from this gap to the lows that we saw back here in the middle of October to yesterday's low wick, right? Just north of that 6,600 even level. We're pretty close to it right now. We're at 6,631. This is a pretty ugly candle today. Look at how big the wick is. Let me open this up a little bit better so we can see it. This is a huge wick at the top side. Sellers just totally dominated everybody else. We have a doji right now. In other words, we're not making any traction on the upside. So this is pretty negative. We're below that 66.58 PAX quarterly pivot level, suggesting sellers are in charge big time. Going to the intraday chart. We had a little bit of optimism early today, but forget about it. We broke through VWAP pretty decisively, 11:30 candle, and pretty much stayed below it. Now we had a really nice VWAP touch here. Let me see if I can highlight this a little bit better. Bear with me for a second. I'm going to get my spotlight on. So right up here, right? So these are VWAP touches. When price is trading below VWAP and we kind of rally back up to test the VWAP fails. If you look at this at a 10-minute chart, it looks a lot better, but the VWAP kind of holds and telling us, hey, sellers are still in charge. A lot of folks like to look for that touch and then try to get short. And it would have, past performance not indicative of future results, but in this case, it would have been a good trade. We broke back down past that point of control. We have Jack's Ford support right now, but again, I don't know. We have a lot of wicks in that area throughout the whole entire session, notably this one right here at 1 o'clock, but we do have targets on the downside. We have that Jack's 1 at 6,600, below that previous session's lows, well within target, and then S1 a little bit below that at 78.5. So those targets, I think they're more likely than the targets on the upside, but there are some targets on the upside. Really, the other thing that just happened, which is important, is we did have a single break of the initial balance finally by candle close on a 30-minute candle. Again, that's pretty bearish as well. So I don't know. Maybe if we're lucky, we get back up to that point of control. I could be wrong on this. This is my opinion. And then we could have another VWAP touch. Who knows? It's 66.60. Other than that, well, all the markets are pretty much moving. Crude is still no man's land. Treasury bonds is the most interesting market, even though it hasn't really done that much. And I'll briefly tell you why. It's not reacting to all the excitement. It's really not. I mean, we're sitting here tracking a mid to high 116 handle, and we've been trading this every single candle, every single day, pretty much in this consolidation range. The bottom is at 116.13, and the top is at 117.17. So this is market happiness right now with respect to interest rates and with respect to inflation and with respect to everything until we get some data right here. I'm looking for this to react one way or the other, break out, break up. We haven't seen that in many, many days in the Treasury bonds, so yields are pretty sticky there. All right, that is this afternoon's Edge Report, and we are ready to trade the close. We have Tiny Trades with us and Jadecap. We're rocking pink and green today. How you guys doing?
Great. How are
Good. How are
you?
you?
Pretty good. Exhausting day, man. I don't know if you guys are exhausted or ready to go.
Always exhausted.
Markets that have large ranges now, so even just watching those candlesticks print and like is exhausting.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean,
And
I think you
yeah,
had to probably size down the last couple weeks at least.
Totally.
yeah, and you're rocking the NinjaTrader swag baseball cap, Tanya. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very fashionable today. Jade, what does your hat say?
Tiger Wear,
Tiger.
paintball company.
All right.
Yep.
There you go. Are you a paintball guy?
Yeah, play competitively. I was
Really?
just at World Cup in Orlando over the weekend.
So that's when you're like hiding behind walls and trees and stuff and you're shooting each other with
Not so much
paintballs.
trees. It's on a regulated field with like inflatable bunkers. Pretty intense. We'll get the Ninja Trader team out there sometime.
Oh, I would lose
Nah,
that.
you get
If you're up
bruises
for
from
it.
that, right? I bruise easily. I can't do that.
I would be tagged out immediately. And I'd be hanging out with Tanya, vlogging it. We could vlog it, Tanya.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be the
Mm.
personality hire for the paintball. I'll watch you, Jade Cap. Hopefully your paintball is better than your golf game.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. There we
Comes
go.
the smack talk.
So later on today, we have NVIDIA coming out. If it does come out pretty quick, maybe we'll stick around a minute or so just to see what the reaction is when that comes out. But it's widely anticipated. With that anticipation in mind, guys, just let's start with you, Tanya. What are you thinking about going into this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, we had that pop up and failure. We had buy side to get taken, and yeah, like you said, we're hanging on by a thread right now. The question is just, are we gonna get to that session low or previous day low? Or are we consolidating until the jobs report tomorrow? But generally, I have been saying since last week, I'm putting my bear hat on, and so here it is, everybody.
Oh my
We
gosh.
got my bear hat on. And I'm only like pretty much looking for shorts for the next couple weeks. I mean, if there is long retracement trades, I'd rather just miss those and prep for some intraday shorts.
That's quite a statement and quite a fashion look. I don't know which one I like better, that or the Ninja Cap. Jade, what are you thinking for this afternoon?
Yeah, likewise. I mean, we got a nice run higher over at least at the open, but we really only took out yesterday's high and then have since traded lower. So I think if we stay below probably 24,750, that is probably going to go lower. I did have targets down here at 24,400. Obviously, I didn't take advantage of it just because I've been traveling. I usually don't trade a whole lot going into the end of the year. But with the way the market's moving right now, I could definitely see us maybe getting back under 24K. As long as maybe we protect the high from earlier today. If not, maybe we'll turn around and take out some of this buy side liquidity. But the way that these daily candles are moving right now, we just haven't been able to catch a real bid, at least this current week. So I could definitely see us trading lower. And, I think if we get below 24,150, it kind of opens the door for 23,268. And I think just from a higher time frame perspective, these markets could retrace even deeper, maybe down to 22K. before getting some type of bounce. But yeah, I think right now the markets, in my opinion, has already made its move throughout the year. So it'll be interesting to see, kind of how this yearly candle closes up. I just personally think that a lot of the long positions are probably trimming going into the end of the year, especially if you're swing trading or trading those higher time frames. There's probably gonna be a lot of people that are getting flat going into the end of the year and then maybe trying to reposition for the following year, or they just don't feel as positive about the markets in the current moment. It's been a little weird because we've had the government shut down, which I think has been a little bit more difficult to trade because we haven't had those economic news releases. So I personally have been more hands off with these markets at least. But I guess we'll see what we get going into the close. Obviously, we have the Nvidia earnings coming out at 4. So yeah, I'm siding with the Bears. I probably need to get a bear hat like Tanya.
I'll send you one.
You got an extra?
You know,
Funny.
the quarter. I mean, we're red pretty much on the NASDAQ for the quarter so far, which we're not used to, right? We've been
Yeah.
going through this long period of quarter after quarter, just killing it.
Yeah. I mean, we've had what 7 months in a row that
Yeah.
have all been positive. So I think at some point we're gonna have a red month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's about time because we've, like you said, I was going to say the same thing where we've been up like 7 months in a row. It's not calling for a crash, it's calling for a healthy pullback.
Yeah, just a
And it's
correction.
like, yeah, correction.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like correction. It drives me crazy. But I
You
won't
like when it
rant because
crashes?
no, I mean the market is never incorrect.
Yeah.
So I know it's just a bug I have. I got to get over it. So pull back, retracement, sell off. I'm down with those words.
Okay.
Anyway. Anyway, you guys, thank you for being here with us. Everybody in the chat, let's hit that thumbs up. Even if you're not in the chat, reach out and hit that thumbs up. Subscription button, boom, it's free. We really appreciate the subscriptions as well, everybody. And, spread the word. We're all on social. We're easy to find. The more the merrier. High tides lift all boats. The more positive conversation we have in the chat itself, and just in general with the emails I get and the interaction I get on X, is spectacular because it helps us all get better, including myself. I'm always looking to learn, and that's why I'm going to be listening to Tanya and Jadecap. You guys are the best. Thank you, and good luck on any trades you might make this afternoon.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you. All
Yeah,
right.
so Tanya, how'd the NinjaTrader Cup go? Looks like I beat you out in the last couple hours.
In the last hour, I told everybody I would trade from 4 to 5. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not first, you're last. I was just like, all right, I'm up
Yeah,
400
no.
bucks. Might as well try to see if I could somehow. And then I just like, yeah, exited when I was break even on the day. So I guess you did.
Yeah.
You're up
I got
200
steamrolled
bucks.
in NASDAQ. I tried to get long. Didn't work. The only thing that was my
Yeah.
saving grace was I was short on gold.
Okay.
I guess
Yeah. That day was a lot of like back and forth for sure. It was pretty fun though, I would say. But I was more of short bias that day. I got my shorts in and then I kind of like I was first place for a good amount of time and then I'm proud of myself because in the past I would just let that just continue trading the entire day and let that turn me red during these competition things. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm actually gonna go take a break, go to the gym, and that's when Nick and Salma, you know, did really well during their session and they
Mhm.
beat me out. So I was like third place at the end there until the close. And then, like I said, I was like just kind of talking with them about it. I was like, I'm gonna keep trading 4 p.m., which was at the end, whatever it is. At that point, there was nothing to lose.
Yeah.
But that was fun. I mean, congrats to the winners. We gave away 100K to the winner there. And I believe the
Yeah,
winner
they crushed it. I think what did they
did like
win with like 6K in
yeah,
profit?
6K. Insane.
Wow. It's like 60%,
I know.
10K account.
I know.
Obviously, you know, it's a competition. You probably shouldn't be trading like that with
But
any
still, it's
type of live
impressive.
account or prop account.
Oh,
But
totally. Yeah, trade. I mean, the competitions are totally different than my regular trading, and
Yeah, of
that's what I
course.
realized that I had to when I was starting. I tried a couple other things during other competitions, like I would like try to scalp. Then I really just learned, and that's the beauty of it. I learned I'm a terrible scalper, absolutely trash. So then this time I would just went with my normal trading and just kind of did better that way. So that's how I'll be approaching them.
Yeah, I
Um,
personally am not a scalper either.
yeah, it's
Those
just
trades I was holding for, you know, as soon as the open, I went into my trades and was holding them all day basically.
yeah. I mean that's the chillest way to trade probably. It's just not the easiest then when there's no like trend for the day, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons to swing trading. You just have to get comfortable with holding your positions much longer,
Yeah,
which for some people, doesn't really work well. For others, it does. Trading is a very
yeah.
personal thing.
Yeah, some people I think you talked about, they said that would you say that they lose sleep if they swing trade or something like that?
Yeah.
Um, which fair enough, but like I think that with any new type of trade style that you're gonna do, you're gonna feel some sort of uncertainty at the beginning, so it's just best to size down a lot.
Hmm.
And like just I think like people size up in general if they're trading, when they try to size up, they go like double the usual sizing and then that messes with their head a lot. And I think
Yeah.
when I try to like gradually size up to get more comfortable, I try to just go like increase it by 25%
Yeah.
a time,
I
not
mean, I
100%.
always burned myself because I would always try and size up too fast. So like whenever
Yeah.
I got overly confident, I would try and trade double,
Yeah.
triple the size of my typical position size, and it usually didn't end well.
No, me
Um,
neither. When I would
just
go
because
too
from an
fast like
emotional
that.
standpoint, it's so much harder when you're used to, let's say, 100, $200 risk, going from that to like $2,000 risk. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, or even from 1,000 to 2,000, let's say that's already doubling your risk. And
Yeah.
let's say then you take that next trade and you lose it. It's very easy to then get angry and then like lose another one. Now you're down like four times your usual or double it
Hmm.
again. Like that's how people end up hurting themselves quite a bit. Um, so yeah, just I think the overconfidence. I think a lot of people honestly like don't evaluate that part. They're always saying like fear or like greed. But it's typically an underconfidence or overconfidence issue.
Yeah. You just have to stay consistent with whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, I
If you get
agree.
overly confident, you should still be sticking to the same position size. Every
Yeah.
time I've gotten overconfident and oversized, I've, you know, gotten my teeth kicked in basically. Somebody was asking
Happens.
if I'm not a scalper, how do I get around the intraday trailing drawdown? I honestly had to adjust my trading style. It wasn't easy, to be honest. I was trading lower time frames. I wasn't holding on to trades very long. But if I was still swing trading those accounts. I just would close the trade before the rollover and just reopen them, with
Hmm.
smaller size.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do I have a structure routine? Absolutely. If you don't have a routine, you're basically just showing up and hoping for the
Winging
best.
it. Yeah. Can't just wing it. You gotta, if you're gonna be on the
No.
top of your game, it's like you gotta take care of yourself. It's all lifestyle
Yeah.
choices. Totally. Hmm.
Those markets is a little bit sideways right now.
Yeah, it's sideways. I was just taking a look at how, that's the thing on NASDAQ yesterday. I think I marked out like a previous weekly low or something like that. Wait, what was it? It was like a daily, yeah, weekly low, the October 20, yeah, October 17th low that we took out. And then that's where we basically reversed from yesterday. And ES didn't hit that. And since then, we've not done much here. Let's see. Is today an inside day, by the way, or did you take out? No, we took out
No,
yesterday's.
we took out the yesterday's
Yeah,
high.
during the morning. Yeah. That's yeah, I and I just marked out like that wick on the hourly. We basically just paused right there, and now we're reversing, and I wouldn't be surprised if we come back, into previous hourly high and back in this hourly FEG. It's for just kind of consolidating.
Mhm.
Um, let's see this 4 hour, and it could retrace more than that, like we've seen. Hmm. What's
We'll
this
see
whole
though. I mean,
What's the range of the
hourly
day?
hourly is going to close possibly bearish unless it flips bullish in the last 5 minutes, which it definitely could.
Well, yeah, what would you say if it flips bullish? It just it closes green?
Yeah.
Okay. I could. Like I said, I could dip into here, but then I end up wicking this. See, this whole day's range is quite large. It's like almost 500 points we've been getting. This almost on a daily basis now. Okay. Let's see. Today it's like 477 points, and our ATR is the last 5 days. Wow, 559 points for a NASDAQ. Sheesh.
Yeah, well, when we're talking about consolidating, you have to look at the time frame that we're talking about. Like, it's been consolidating since yesterday. Just because the market is moving 500 points in either direction does not mean we are in a trend, right? If the range is 500 points, but we're stuck within the range, we're consolidating. And when markets get volatile, that's usually when you have to adjust your position size accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Which, we're basically where the equity open was. So equity open was 9:30.
Yeah.
We're not that far away from equity open,
Yeah.
right?
It
So in
shows
my
like there's no
opinion, we
trend
are in a
in it.
consolidation.
Yeah. Yeah, like a trend day is when you close the day much further away from where you
Yeah.
opened.
Or even just moved away from yesterday's price action. Right now, we just drew out where we are from this current high right here that printed earlier today and this low. We're basically just at 50% of both of those. So if we mark this level out here and then we mark out the low from yesterday, right, we're basically at 50% of that range. So yes, we are in consolidation.
Mm-hmm. That's this week's like range so far, right? Right.
Well, we have the Monday high all the way up here.
Oh, right. Okay. Man, time flies. Forgot Monday pumped up at first, yeah, and then
Yeah,
we had that drop. It's Wednesday, and today
it
after
is.
the close is Nvidia, and then
Mhm.
tomorrow we have NFP numbers from September, and they said they're not going to release. They didn't gather data for the October.
Yep.
Okay, we have a lot of red folder tomorrow. Unemployment, all right, and then Friday we have flash manufacturing PMI. 9:45 and 10 a.m. news. Okay.
I still think lower, but
Yeah,
I
the
think the
thing is you
earnings
can't
could
really
definitely
enter
throw
something
it
right
off
now
for
with a
sure.
good stop, right? You can't. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I can't because we could dig into this hourly fair value gap, no problem for NASDAQ up
Yeah.
into there. Um, it doesn't seem like we're getting much volatility here. Hmm. We rejected 8:30 open again just now. So is NASDAQ the primarily the market you'll take trades on most of the time? Is there
Mainly, yeah. I
like
might switch over to ES though, just because there's more volume,
okay.
more
What's
liquidity.
what's like your would you say like distribution of your trades?
I
Like,
mean, from
it's like,
earlier this year is mainly Nasdaq.
hmm
I typically will trade the euro too, but the dollar has really just been sideways. So if I just hop over into the dollar, even though it's moving right now, this has been the dollar since April, right? Just been pretty much all over the place.
hmm
But yeah, usually I'll trade euro, Nasdaq, ES,
When you got
sometimes
that big
one.
payout from Apex, but were you trading everything kind of equally, or was there like dominantly Nas?
I would say it was more dominant on NQ,
Okay,
but I did have some trades that were placed in the euro.
okay. So it's like Nasdaq and Euro mostly.
Yeah.
All right, you don't really trade gold. Okay.
No.
And for
I,
me, I would say like 80% of
really.
the time I'm taking Nasdaq, the other 20% is ES.
Yep. So we got an hourly candle that took out the previous hour's low.
Mm. Yeah, and then
Yeah, I'm not
couldn't
really
really
seeing
reach
anything.
higher yet. See, it's now 3 p.m.
So what I
Yesterday,
would typically do is, mark out
yeah.
from a low time frame perspective, you were trying to mark out your previous hourly highs.
hmm
And ideally, if you're trying to be short, it's not going to take out last hour high.
Or it'll sweep it.
Yeah.
Um,
Or it's going to sweep it and then head lower.
hmm. Gosh, yesterday I took a short and made it to TP, but I was in that trade in the afternoon session. I was in that trade for like 30 minutes, I'd say. Let me see.
Is that long for you?
It is, sorry.
Dang.
Yeah, I was in this trade and I feel like a G because I got out. I initially wanted this low here,
Yeah, my average hold
and
time is probably 4 hours.
yeah, 4 hours for your average trade.
Yeah, well, I would say 2 to 3 mainly. But up to four. Yeah, I mean, some trades I'll hold overnight, so it's not like that happens in 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I was saying, yeah, in the afternoon I took like a day trade, took 34 minutes, and I'm glad I like ended up ditching it at this first swing low because just
Hmm.
how we were moving, and immediately after I closed my trade, it popped right back up to the buy side, and that's how consolidation in afternoon markets will go. So it's a new adjustment for sure. And then it dropped lower later. I saw it and I was like, huh, I feel happy with how I handled this. Um, because that was not easy. Let's see here now. I have a feeling like we're doing something similar today. What do you guys think we'll have like an inside hour? I mean, the last hour's range is, let's see, 129 points. How did your paintball competition go?
All right. We didn't play that great, but
Okay. Do you like wear a lot of protective gear for that? Because I know like you can get real
kind of.
bruised up.
I mean, you wear a mask, jersey, pads.
Oh, okay. There's like no,
I'm wearing a jersey, but there's no shirt under it, so like I've got some scars.
you're not like wearing, I don't know,
Not
Kevlar.
wearing like chest protectors or anything.
Okay, is that against the rules?
I actually don't know. I haven't
Okay.
looked into it. Yeah, I don't know. This the hourly is definitely sloppy for me, for sure.
Chat, did you guys take a trade today? Let me see.
Let's see. Well, it's definitely been barcoding since lunchtime.
Yeah. Okay, nice job. Um, let's see. X Mini Pro, you got N-key shorts off of yesterday's Asia high. Nice. That's where it's helpful to mark out ranges, you know. Then you can see what's a relative premium and where's a good spot to get short, like that Asia's high. Nice. See? Someone else, yeah. Jkai says, yep, opening long, so got out way too early and then been sitting all day. It's better to get out too early than too late, I guess. Okay. So, Jamie's Bade says, caught that short after 10. Nice. John Coletti says he was up this morning, lost it all, and then lost 3 times what he was up.
Yikes.
Ugh, that's rough, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm asked, what do you look at when you're pyramiding into a position?
Usually I need to have some idea of where the higher time frame is going. The last few weeks, or even the last couple months, I haven't had that. So
Yeah.
again, I'm not pyramiding in every position. It's usually when I'm very confident on where the high time frame is going, and usually when I'm not, I don't pyramid it in trades. I'll just give it one entry, stop loss, take profit, and leave it alone.
Yeah, the only like pyramiding has given me like my best trades, but it's only when I have literally like a weekly low marked out
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
like everything's lined up and I'm basically already trailed my stop a lot so that I could now add to the position and have the same initial risk as when I first entered the trade.
Yeah, exactly. And for
Um,
me, those opportunities only come around maybe
yeah,
a couple
rare.
times a month. It's
Yeah,
not every trade. I'm not trying to pyramid into every trade.
totally.
I'm mainly trading continuations. The thing is when reversals happen, right? There's plenty of time for you to get in the trade as it's going to create the other trend in the other direction. So I'm okay not trying to pick tops and bottoms. What indicator am I using for the high time frame candles? It's 2 degrees, power of 3. PO3.
Yeah, you'll have that up so you don't have to keep switching time frames, right?
Yeah. So this way I can see my daily candle here. These are my hourly candles.
Okay, you'll have daily and then hourly. Nice. What's that like red box you have marked out? Is that the hourly BPR?
It's hourly inverted fair value gap.
Yeah, okay, got you. Yes, yeah, I have a similar. I think I just put mine at the
Yeah, so
bearish.
I'll be interested if they leave the previous hourly high and then roll it over going into 4 p.m. But you never know, especially with the way this market's trading so far today.
Yeah. Well, we had like the minutes released at 2, didn't really do much there. Okay. And then, I think everyone's waiting for these jobs reports and earnings and such. Or, just we're in a little bit of a consolidation.
Yeah, so during poor win rate months, do you cap your max trades? Yeah, sometimes usually what if if I don't have a good read on the market, let's say from a higher time frame perspective, and usually I get that when I sit down for the week. Like I'll sit down Sunday night and try and determine what side of the market I'm trying to be on. If I can't determine that, a lot of times I don't even take trades. And that's honestly how you avoid having poor win rates. It's like filtering out the losers. So instead of you forcing yourself to trade every single day and every single week and every single month, you would possibly become a profitable trader if you could just remove the times when you shouldn't be trading, right? And you know you shouldn't be taking a trade, but you take it anyway, and it ends up being a loss, and you're like, "Ugh, why'd I take that trade? I knew it was a bad trade." It's just you're a little too impulsive. So if you got a low win rate, the best thing that you could possibly do is find out what's causing you to have a high percentage of losers. Is it because you're following your system, or is it because you're breaking rules or trading in conditions that you shouldn't be taking trades?
Yeah, I think that that's the most important part is like evaluating whether you're on a losing streak because um
Yeah, are they
your
good?
analysis is
Are they bad
wrong.
wins or good wins? I
Yeah,
mean,
are they
sorry,
bad
bad
wins or
losses
good
or good
wins?
losses.
Exactly. Yeah. Or is it because of, that's just the market is changing and you have to get on side and like that takes some time just adjusting your analysis based on what's happening or just like or is it just probability's sake, or is it just because your performance is bad, which is the worst? It's a bad loss if it's because of your execution, poor performance. Because those are things you can control. So you can control your attitude and your routine,
Yeah.
not much else. And like just showing up prepared. Chat's telling me, just letting you know you got a dead bear on your forehead, on your head. Watch out. Thank you for the heads up.
If the market goes higher, it's definitely gonna be a dead bear.
Uh, we're still in a consolidation. I'm just showing my outlook for the next few weeks, honestly. Next few days at least. Could be back and forth for sure. I don't know. Yeah, it already is a dead bear on my head though. I killed it.
Yo, bear.
Yeah, I went upstate to upstate New York, found one.
The hometown.
He was just walking on Fifth Avenue over here. And then, I got him, went to Bloomingdale's and they turned it into a hat for me.
So somebody was asking during drawdown, how do you manage risk and mental capital as emotions are usually volatile? Well, if your emotions are volatile, that is usually my signal to just not trade. And that's hard to do, right? Because you're trying to get out of a drawdown, but honestly, there's no rush. So if you feel like your emotions are bubbling up, the last thing that you could possibly do is go into the markets, right? Because you should be coming to the markets with a calm state of mind so you can execute a plan properly.
Yeah,
When you're in drawdown and your emotions are obviously overriding your logic, it's not the place you want to be.
totally. I think
What I typically do is just I
yeah.
don't trade. I was mentioning this to my group earlier today. Throughout the course of 12 months, I will have like 2 or 3 months where I just don't trade at all. And I'm okay with that because I know that there's those 1, 2, 3 months out of the year that I hit it out of the park and it makes up for my whole year.
Yeah, I would say like if you're on a losing streak, if you had a losing day, you have to have a way to cool down from that. I honestly feel like I have a pretty good way to cool off, and it's best to have a short-term memory like that. You
Yeah.
have to do what I mean by that is like you need to have a brain dump and open up a journal and just write down everything that's in your head.
Mhm.
Review those trades, and then that I could reset easily like that. And I come into the next session. I literally do not remember if I had I barely remember the day before. I don't think about what happened the day before. It's like a new day.
Yeah, and I think that's another problem that traders get sucked into is they spend so much time analyzing their previous trades.
Yeah. Maybe nothing went wrong, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's literally
exactly.
just like, oh well, it didn't work out.
Yeah, but I think too many people try and look into every single trade and try and figure out what went wrong.
And then
Sometimes
adjust
nothing
something
goes
that's
wrong. You just have to accept that the market stops you out and you're not in control of that.
mm-hmm.
So we're tapping this fair value gap again.
Yeah. Then version again. We're above that previous hourly high on the NASDAQ. Yes, not there yet.
Yeah, so I cap my trades. I'm usually taking at most 2 trades a day. That is very rare though.
Yeah, I think people have addictions. We're like they're getting dopamine hits. So sometimes I know I come from a place where at some point I would just continue trading into lunch or something, and then thinking, okay, I have to get that win. And then even after getting that win, let's say it worked out, it's still not satisfying enough, and just keep going and snowballing.
Yeah.
Or you just like, oh, let's risk how much I made. It's free money or something like that. It took a while you need to change your whole way of thinking. It's like that's
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I feel better when I tell myself I'm only going to take X amount of trades and get off the desk
yeah,
than trying to end the day on a win. Even if I end the day on a win, it doesn't feel good because I broke all my rules to try and get the win.
yeah, exactly. So you're cheating yourself.
Yeah. I've been hating this price action markets lately, and I
Yeah.
honestly just haven't been trading a whole lot.
This week I barely traded. The most I traded was Monday.
Yeah.
I had to for the cup. Barely much else. Yesterday I had that small short that I showed. Um, and then other than that, not much. Because I said I'm waiting for good shorts. I think I just missed this. I wasn't around my desk this morning. I was taking it around other things. There was a decent. But I think if you shorted this inversion, you know, that would have worked out actually, but you would have been just in consolidation for a good amount of time. Let's see, from here, 11, 12 minutes in that consolidation, then the drop. But this is pretty nice. Or from this inversion.
Usually when I see like fair value gaps failing on both sides, it's just it's like some of the worst market conditions for me to trade in.
Yeah. But then do you adjust in your bias thinking, okay, we just took out some short term sell side.
Honestly, no, I don't
Uh,
I don't really adjust bias. Like I'll look at a market if it's taking out fair value gaps on both sides, I usually just step away from the markets and don't trade it. Because what I'm looking for is
Continuation.
markets to respect those levels. And when it's trading through all of them and chopping back and forth, there's usually for me low probability conditions.
Hmm. But if it starts trading and disrespecting those levels and it's on its way close to that buy side, are you gonna then look for longs or no?
No.
Okay. Just
Maybe
gonna
if we get like a
continue.
daily bullish candle, then we get a closure above this high here.
Oh yeah, I'm not like
But
flipping.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah. So I'm just wondering in general for your
no, just from
way.
short term perspective, I'm usually only going long when the higher time frames, allow me to go long.
Totally.
Like a lot of my trades do not come off the low time frame.
Hmm. Yeah, I want Nasdaq to get down to 24 150s next in the next few days or next week, hopefully. And then how we react to there, it'd be nice if we could then hit, 23 700s, but it's a big if.
Yeah,
It really of like
next
how
week
we're
is Thanksgiving
delivering.
though, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
This was something I mentioned to my
good
group
point.
too, is I typically always lose money around Thanksgiving and the holidays just because the volume is slow, the markets get kind of choppy, and I was the guy that was trading during Thanksgiving dinner for whatever reason, because Forex markets are open
Oh,
on
really? I was gonna say
Thanksgiving.
it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
open.
because Europe doesn't, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
No.
Trade the euro. I was in the
Wow.
market trading and losing money.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, right around this time is usually when I'm kind of like wrapping up my year.
And what does that look like to you? Are you taking smaller sizing?
Nah, I just typically don't trade.
You just don't
Like a
trade?
lot of times I just don't trade in December. Yeah. Just historically I've either made very little money or lost money in December. And I usually spend that time either traveling and spending time with family and just resetting for the next year. Because in my mind I'm like my trading year is already wrapped up. Like the last month is not going to make me profitable or unprofitable. Or at least I don't want it to make me unprofitable. Like I think the meat of 2025 is already out of the way. So, I'm not trying to squeeze any more out of the year. Um, Basically just wrapping things up for the fiscal year.
Are you spending the holidays in Florida or coming back up to New York?
TBD. I mean, the situation is a little bit sketchy right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not the right like honestly. They reduced like all the flights by like 6% or so. And I don't know when it would be back to normal. I think I would hope by like Christmas time it should be better though. Hmm. How fun is this? Let's see. Well, like I thought what do we do? We stalled at that like midpoint of the last hourly and then we just like popped up
Yeah.
and we're just in the middle of the range again. I mean, we're still in the range even though we are popping up. It's 322. Yeah, Nvidia is getting some push here into the close. Wonder if it's gonna hit its high. Let's see Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia has like these flat highs here.
For someone undisciplined in real life, what advice would you have to build structure?
Hmm.
I played a lot of video games, yeah. Um, I don't know if I really have any advice. Like, you are in control of your own discipline. If you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. So I would find myself, I would tell myself, I don't really know where markets are going. And this was earlier in my career. I would say, I don't know where markets are really going. I'm not going to trade next week. And then I would find myself in 30 plus trades. And then by the end of the week, I felt terrible about myself because I didn't follow what I said I was going to do. Even tomorrow, if you say you're going to not trade before NFP, you just have to do it, right? I think so many people are looking for tips on how to be more disciplined, but honestly, it starts with you.
It's about creating that identity for yourself and
Yeah.
realizing like you're not happy living life, continuing life this way. And for that to happen, you have to make a change. Yeah.
Yeah, and I honestly go through periods where I'm not so disciplined and then periods where I'm like on top of the ball. I would say after that massive payout that I got, I've definitely been complacent. But I'm totally okay with that because I don't need to trade into the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you find that you could stay focused all 12 months out of the year, Tanya?
No, that's why I took like a month off basically in August, right?
Yeah.
And also August, like I think summer months will have less volatility in general.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you planned a break, right? You took the break and weren't trading. I think breaks
Yeah.
are underrated.
Yeah.
Like too many people, or at least unprofitable traders, think that they have to show up and grind every day. But the problem is when you're doing that, a lot of times you're so blinded by the markets is that you're not spending enough time reflecting. Like if you have a bad week, or even if you have a great week, take a couple days and actually reflect on it and figure out what you did right or wrong. Usually when you're trading, you don't have time to like reflect on all the mistakes that you made or
Yeah.
all the things that you did good. So for me, like going into the end of the year, I need to take a long break and just probably spend a whole month with myself reflecting on like what I did good this year, what I did bad, because I did have periods where I wasn't trading well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, I wanted to get short on the euro. Um, well, again, I'm not really trading, so this is the level that I was looking at yesterday, this inverted fair value gap. So we traded up into that level. We took out the London high, right? So this candle here yesterday at 10 a.m., we took out the London high and then it rolled over. And that's probably when I should have been positioned short.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay seeing markets move like this without me. Can it be frustrating? Yes, absolutely. But there's always going to be another opportunity.
Oh man, I think on Monday I was trying to short euro there into after some hours. I was short the euro. I was like, that looks pretty good actually. And then yeah, it just wasn't the timing. Timing didn't work out there during that competition. Like obviously it was like 4 p.m. or whatever. Let's see. Monday.
Austin's asking you, what would be the advice to switch from a corporate job to trading? So when I went full time, I don't know if it was the same with you, Tanya, but like it was hard for me to transition because I didn't have a set schedule. So like I
Yeah,
had to slowly build out an actual trading routine that made sense. Otherwise, I found myself, trading at
all hours of the
any
night.
given hour, like journaling at any given hour, waking up whenever I wanted. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just not structured.
That's the plus side is always you have the freedom now to do what you want. But
Yeah, maybe
now
too much
the
freedom.
negatives now you have the freedom to do whatever you want. So
Yeah, exactly.
are you
It's
going to
probably
do
too
the
much
right thing?
freedom.
Yeah, so what does that life
Yeah.
really look like for you? And you still need structure
Hmm.
and you're still going to have to do things you probably don't want to do because you have to do it and things
But I
that,
also don't think that you
like
should be sitting in front of the charts for 8 hours a day trading.
yeah, that's why it's important to have a schedule out and you can keep yourself accountable if you what I used to do when I knew I didn't okay, I'm not going to trade here this day before FOMC. I'll literally schedule like a dentist appointment, a doctor's appointment in the morning so I don't do that. So I'm not
Hmm.
at my desk, you know, and that's a way where if you're not so disciplined, like you don't have to be because you literally just can't be trading at that time anyway. You took out or a personal training session or
Hmm.
whatever, other a meeting, or you could do anything to put something else in your schedule at that time. Um, and yeah, because now you're like a kid in a candy store. You could do anything. Yeah, you could stay up until 5 a.m. playing video games or on your phone. and get up the next day at noon or, get 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But what's the long-term consequence? You can't cheat yourself to a better life, and you can't cheat the market. So you can't just keep sliding by. Like, that was hard for me to end up adjusting to because, I was in high school. I would always do my homework last minute on the bus or in the
Yep.
class before the class that was due during lunch. And I
So
was getting
you're a
away with it.
procrastinator.
Huh?
You're a
Yeah.
procrastinator.
Yeah, because I needed the adrenaline rush to get anything done. Um,
Yeah. Same
and for
here.
especially things that I didn't want to do. Like I hated writing an essay or whatever. So I would be doing it literally on my phone on the Google Docs app on the bus ride to school or something like that, and then print it out in the morning before class. And the problem with that is that like I was able to just get by, and I graduated with 95 average and with everything. Because in high school, there's an upside cap. It's like, okay, the highest you could get on this test is 100. The highest, I would calculate, okay, to get an A in this class, I just need to get an 80 on the final. So I would just study enough to get an 85 or something. But the problem is, what I was talking about, the flawed logic. To think about why you think that way, and it's like, oh, there's an upside cap to this, right? That's my
Mhm.
flawed logic. In trading, there is no upside cap. Like you could end up making millions and trading like 8 figures if you want to.
Yeah. But
There's
I
so
think
many
you need
possibilities.
to
You can
have the
get
right
signed with a
habits
firm.
around that. I think a big problem too is like traders have bad habits, but they get rewarded for them sometimes.
Yeah.
So they never fix them. Right.
Yeah.
So they have
Well, like you
recency
end up getting
bias
bit.
or whatever
Yeah.
it is. They take trades, they break their rules, they end the day green, and they think that's
Yeah.
good trading.
Yeah, but and then eventually the music stops, and the question
Yeah.
is if they're going to evaluate that or not.
And I think my biggest problem too was like when I was doing that, I just didn't want to journal because I felt like I was on top of
Yeah.
the world when that happened. Or I suffered embarrassing losses because I knew I wasn't supposed to do something and I just didn't want to admit it in my journal.
Yeah, or like you feel like kind of traumatized and ashamed and like you can't face it basically and you want
Yeah.
to pretend that it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of just push it off into the corner like it never happened.
Yeah. And then that's how patterns end up repeating.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm watching this 30-minute fair value gap up in here.
Hmm.
There's still 27 minutes to go. So like the way that we're trading in this inverted fair value gap, we could still push lower and then close under it, but I typically don't like seeing it trade this far through it. Like
I
what I'm
know.
looking for is usually just a very quick tap and then go. And that's why I
Yeah.
haven't honestly been trading because I've been seeing way too many fair value gaps. Like
This
it
just
trades
gets
into
completely
and it, yeah,
annihilated.
yeah,
Yeah. And I had that hourly and we're just past it. We're past it right now. And so that inversion we had marked out as well. We're way past it. On the on the 30 and the 15, we are digging into it, but it's just such a wide range at this point. Yeah, it is pretty much just 50-50 going into the close. And I wouldn't be surprised if we sort of just flag into the close like this and not
yeah.
do
I mean, like,
much.
so right now, if we have our swing high here from earlier today and our swing low from lunchtime, we're kind of sitting at 50%. So going
Yeah.
into earnings makes sense. Like, this is usually what they do, even during NFP and other news events like that. They'll create the range and then sit it inside of 50% right before the release. What are my top three books? I would say Market Wizards has to be like my top one. Market Wizards, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator was really good.
Hmm.
Have you read it?
Yeah, that one was good. How
Yeah. It's more like a story, right?
yeah.
But there's a lot of lessons inside of it.
Yeah, how he like lost everything.
Yeah. It's super interesting because it was before electronic trading. I try and read that like once a year. And
Once a
then my
year, damn.
third, what's my third top book? I don't know. I guess this is a toss up. I guess I don't really have a third top book.
Three are here. Here we go. I'll give you guys my three. I think this is the first trader psychology book. It's a good beginning book for dip your toes in the water. Classic Trading in the Zone, Mark
Trading in the
Douglas.
zone.
Pretty classic, good start.
Me, it's a
Very
little dry.
easy read. Yeah, stand-up guy, rest in peace, Mark Douglas. Really gets your head into just accepting the risk and that everything's a probability type mindset. And second, Mental Game of Trading by Jared Tendler. It's
Our
actually,
boy.
what'd you say?
Our boy.
Yeah. I'm sure I can find a tweet from like 3 years ago. I've been a fan for a while.
Banger.
When I first started reading it, like, and um, I have this on the ebook too. It's great because he's just like calling you out basically. And unlike most traders, like psychology books, a lot of times they're just saying like, just do this, just don't think that way, just don't do this. And it's like, how? Like everyone's asking, how? How do you be more disciplined? How do you do this? Well, this is actually a book that tells you actual strategies to implement and real-time strategies and
Yeah,
how to
actionable, right?
actually evaluate yourself, because everyone's just saying like, do this journal. Like, this is actually telling you how to do it.
Yeah, actionable.
Yeah,
I think
action.
that's the thing with trading is
Yeah.
everybody's so focused on knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Like, how do you actually take action with the knowledge? So the problem
Yeah.
is a lot of people look at trading, live streamers, even people probably watching right now,
Yeah.
as like Netflix. And that's just like a feel good. It's a feel good habit that you have. You meditate, you watch other people trade. But when it comes down to like the nitty gritty, you're not doing all the other things that actually matter, like journaling, self-reflection, figuring out your
Yeah.
weaknesses, executing in the markets. Those are all things that will have a much bigger impact than you watching other people trade or reading trading books. Because I've read hundreds of trading books, and none of that really,
I
honestly, fixed
know.
my
People can just
execution flaws.
keep watching the videos, keep reading, and you're not doing anything. It's not going to help you
Yeah.
out. Like this is examples of all the things on my desk or near my desk that I do. I make a lot of notes, and then I end up turning those notes into more like worksheets and things that are actionable. Okay,
Yeah.
people. So
So my
the
top book,
work in
Market
progress.
Wizards,
Oh, and my other third one.
easily
Oh yeah,
the GOAT
that's outside on my
book.
other desk. I
And
got.
then this is also good too, Trading Sardines by Linda Raschke.
Oh, I love her. She's fun.
Her career is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then my third one is this one, Dopamine Nation by
Okay.
Anna Lemke. And this is not a trading thing, but this is a every life thing and about finding balance in the age of
Guy saying that she's a friend of Linda Raschke's.
who? Oh, someone in the chat?
Shy. Shy.
Oh, yeah, shy girl, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so crazy story. I guess she started trading on the floor and ended up losing like six figures back when six figures was probably close to multi six figures. And then had to work off her debt for like 5 years. She didn't take a trade for I think for 5 years. She had to pay off her I think the broker that she was working for. I think she put a straddle or a strangle on, completely got ran over, and then eventually, yeah, started trading in the pits and like somehow found a way. So that is an interesting story. I think most people would quit
Yeah, I mean
after
most
after
traders
five, having to
generally
work
quit.
off debt for 5 years. ugh, That's
Yeah, I mean most traders quit, I think in general in like the first 6 months, right?
yeah. Well, I think that a great message that she has is that trading is just about consistency. Like finding something that works, even if it's just 50% of the time, and trading it until the wheels fall off, which is hard. Like when you go through a losing streak, you want to change things. You want to add things to your system. You want to start executing differently or sizing up. But it's more so like showing up to the markets and repeating the same thing over and over and over again without needing to add something new to your system.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still trade with Apex or did I get banned? I got banned. Unfortunately. Where'd the bear go?
The bear go went here because I wanted to show off the books. So I didn't want to distract from the books.
Yeah.
Here he is.
So
I
this
just saw
last
him, so I said
4-hour
I would
candle
bring him
before
to
this
my
one,
stream, but this is the soft launch of the bear.
soft launch.
Yeah, I haven't worn it on my own stream yet, so soft launch, but you'll find me wearing this guy tomorrow for sure. It's like a Muppet now too. Um, yeah, I think like we said, everyone loves to ask about the books too,
Yeah.
right? Okay, choose like 3 books. Literally choose 3 and don't don't read more after that. Actually try to do some actionable things after that at least.
Yeah.
Building habits takes a long time. Like just to start a new habit probably takes 3 months, and for it to solidify into something that's natural is 6 months or more. So it's a process, and you have to show yourself also self-compassion.
Yeah, I mean trading is not easy by any means.
No.
So you have to understand that just because your P&L might be red does not mean that either you're a bad trader or you just can't figure this out. Like as long as you're progressing in the right direction, your P&L could be going the opposite direction. Meanwhile, your personal development and your habits and everything are going the other direction. Right? So your personal development, your habits, everything that you
Yeah.
do to set yourself up to be a professional trader you could be growing in that area. Meanwhile, the P&L could be going the other direction, right? To me, there's not really
That's a
any
delayed
short-term, yeah, there's no short-term correlation to
yeah.
your habits and your P&L. Long-term, there definitely is. So when you build the right habits, your P&L will eventually turn around and start going the other direction. And as long as you have something consistent that is repeatable and you're not doing anything that is like wildly outside of that. So inconsistent position sizing. Now there's a difference between, dynamic position sizing where you feel very confident about a trade and just inconsistent position sizing when you're just throwing any size on any trade idea, right? Whether it's an A plus setup or a D minus. That is very inconsistent. Trade frequency is a big one too. Like I see people's trade journals. Some days they're taking 50 plus trades, other days they're taking 5. Like make sure that your frequency is at least in line so you have some type of consistency because it's very hard to look at your data. And that's another thing is like you have a journal, try not to pollute it with bad data because when you follow your system, let's say for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, and you're spot on with your strategy and your processes, and you take, let's say, 4 trades a week. You're very consistent, but in the fifth week, you have one day where you're taking 20 plus trades. You can't even look at that data the same anymore.
Yeah, you can't. Because it's such an outlier.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So let's see, leading up into the close, we're getting a pretty long wick on this hourly candle.
Yeah. 350 should be interesting here.
Um, I was mentioning, so the last 4 hours, the previous 4 hours from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. was such a wide range. Right now, we're just trading inside of that,
Yeah.
which, again, even though it's a very, very wide range, this is consolidating. I know it probably doesn't look like it because you guys are probably on the 5 minute time frame and like, oh, this is, there's a market trend here. But, just based on where this high printed and where this low printed, we're stuck inside of that. Am I still journaling every trade these days? I try to. It's, again, journaling is something that is not exciting. I mean, you can try and trick your brain to thinking that journaling is exciting. Um, I guess what's exciting is having discipline and sticking with something for long extended periods of time. Because that's how you build a good, proper routine. For someone looking to scale, what tips would you have for them, and when do you know when to scale? I mean, the biggest thing about scale is what people don't realize is that you just have to do the same thing on more capital. The only thing that changes really is your emotional control when you're placing more risk, right? And when you level up in your trading, you're going to go through the same process every single time you increase that risk, right? The same fears, the same excitement that you have, it's going to keep popping up every time you size up your positions. So initially, when you first start, maybe you're trading 1 micro, and you scale up to 2 micros. Well, those 2 micros might make you uncomfortable because you're not used to possibly seeing
Yeah.
that P&L fluctuate. And what I do is I just remove the P&L. I don't look at the P&L.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't look at my P&L until after the trade's completely over. Like I always know how much I'm risking, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter how much I'm like made at the end after
Andre
the trade's
Santos said,
over,
I
like
made
during the
58
trade.
trades today on NQ. Maybe I overtraded a little.
Maybe I what?
Overtraded a little. I mean, I guess for me, the thing is, when I don't know how scalpers journal because if you take X amount of trades a day, let's say you're taking 10, 20 trades a day, I find it hard to journal that many trades.
Yeah. No, it's like not possible.
Maybe it is.
Unless you're grouping them together. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone requested I put the bear hat back on. There you go.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, these are kind of market conditions that I personally don't like. Um,
Yeah.
we got 13 minutes to go, and we
Yeah.
could still respect this inverted fair value gap and maybe roll over after earnings. But yeah, I don't know.
Apparently
Just
feels that
looking, I
way.
mean, looking at yesterday's price action into today, this is very choppy. Like we haven't really moved anywhere. Even though there's been
100%.
short-term moves, like again a high time frame trader, this is consolidation.
Hmm. Yeah, the way I like just it's a very simple way I look at it, whether we are having consolidation or not. It's like the hourly, and if the last swing high that took out a swing low, is it staying, are they staying intact generally?
Hmm.
And recently, no, it's like it came up and took out the last swing high here and there, and then they were just not having displacements and then follow through the downside at the moment after we hit that, what is it, like a weekly level, 410. See this 410 level. Yeah. The the low from October 13th, the week of October 13th.
Somebody
Yeah,
recommended Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Another book to add to your collection.
the Daily Stoic. Oh, I know. I think I know that guy. Do you have seen his videos?
No, him personally.
No, I've seen his videos. What about Marcus Aurelius? Isn't that book all about Marcus
Yeah,
Aurelius?
Meditations.
Yeah. You meditate every day, right? Before this.
I mean, I try to. I probably haven't been the last couple months, and it's probably have had an impact on my trading for sure.
Yeah.
I prefer to trade in a bull or bear market. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter to me.
I think a lot of people enjoy shorts more than longs because they tend to move faster and
Yeah, yeah,
faster, more of a dopamine hit, like just seeing staircase up versus elevator down.
yeah.
I think it's important to just make note of that and not to get you too euphoric if you're in a short and then end up moving your price targets to further and further away. Yeah, I think it's all slippery slope. I think it's in Market Wizards where he said I was just reading it the other day when I said like you shouldn't be um favoring one side over the other.
Yeah.
I just had it open.
I mean, essentially, I'm just trying to trade what's in front of me and not get too married to a bias. I've gotten ran over by thinking a market's going to go one way and completely goes the other way, and
Attention
then all of a sudden
traders,
I'm caught
it's
offside.
algo time.
It's algo time.
Algo time? Is that Kane?
Yeah, I believe so. There it
Got
is.
the
It's a
350
350
macro.
little. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Market
I
on
guess
close.
yeah, I'm just not like a believer in macros. I just understand that towards the end of the hour or beginning of an hour, is usually when a lot of volume kicks in. So, this is something that happened over years and years of experience. Is like I would see a candle that looked very bullish and I would try and chase it, and then into the end of the hour, it would flip bearish. So, anything can really happen in the last 10, 15 minutes of a candle. And it's not until the close that you really have an idea of what that data is trying to tell you. So a lot of times I would try and get into a candle mid formation, only to see the candle turn around and, possibly go the other way.
Yeah, totally. And for me, for the 350 specifically, I mean that's the market on close time. So
Yep.
where all the mutual funds
Algo time.
are in, their orders are in. And then we could see them. Hmm.
Eight
But
minutes to
Nvidia is
go.
right at the close today at 4 p.m. So we'll see that happening right there
Stay on
then.
for a couple minutes past 4.
Yeah, I want to see what ends up happening for sure. I think Jim will come on. Well, get your popcorn out, people.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm used to action that's meh. And I think every trader out there watching should get used to that as well. And learn how to sit still when the action is meh.
Yeah, totally. I
Because
mean,
you're not trying to trade in markets that they don't make sense to you. You're only trying to trade in markets that you have a very strong conviction of where they're trying to go. That doesn't mean that you're going to be right. It just means that at least you're confident enough to place a position and hold that position through to possible target.
yeah, that's where your confidence comes from because you're patient through all the times when the market wasn't showing you what you wanted to see. So then when it finally shows you, follows your analysis and does
Yeah.
everything that you're ready to pull the trigger and then hold. I think that's a big part of it, but remaining patient during that time. And also,
Yeah, it's very
then
hard to do. Like
your energy's
when
not
you're
wasted.
when your trade is like floating unrealized profits, it's very hard to just sit there and not just close it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, my stats, like I need to try and make more on my winners than I do on my losers, and that requires me to hold my winners longer than my losers.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we would love to see our trades run straight to our targets as soon as we enter them, um, it just doesn't happen very often. It feels great when it does, but you have to get used to the trades where, you enter and it's just maybe very slow. And there's nothing wrong with slow. You just have to hold them patiently. So 6 minutes ago, are you gonna keep the bear hat on, Tanya?
Yeah.
No positions though.
No, I'm not gonna have a position right now. Ahead of
You're not a
NFP.
gambling
I'd rather like
gambling
open a
woman.
position after NFP tomorrow.
Yeah, with NFP, I usually will wait like an hour after NFP.
Yeah, I find like 10 a.m. reversals my favorite. Oh, actually, that's mostly CPI. Maybe NFP will happen a little bit earlier. Yeah, like 9:45 or so. Nine- Yeah, I mean, I'm not waiting. I don't typically place a trade before the market's open though. Like equities open at 9:30.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, not really.
Okay.
There are those one-off trades, maybe like 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, where
Yeah.
you probably should enter pre-market, but you're probably better
Yeah.
off waiting for at least the first
Yeah.
15 minutes to trade.
Yeah, I can see it. I haven't done it in a long, long time. I could see
Yeah.
it maybe if I mean most of the times I'm not really even at my computer at like 7 a.m. So
Hmm.
to be entering that, it's really a bit if I'm already seeing potential from when I went to bed that night and then I'll maybe wake up but no, I haven't done that anything like that in a long time. And
Yeah.
if I did, it would be probably like 15-minute based on the 15-minute time frame. And it would be like there's no 8:30 a.m. news.
Yeah.
And right now it's like 7 or 8 and there could be 10 a.m. news. That's fine. Um, and just be ready for some volatility at 9:30.
Yeah. The one thing that I guess I had to get used to with futures was that it the price action was occurring like an hour and a half past when I'm usually used to Forex. So Forex, currencies are moving at like 8, 8:30, and then futures, right? It's more moving more so closer to like 9:30, 10 a.m. So when I transitioned, I was taking trades way too early. I was taking trades at 8 a.m., getting stopped out at the open and then seeing a setup occur, after I had gotten stopped out, which was very frustrating. So when you're trading different markets and trying to get used to the nuances, it takes time. I mean, it didn't happen for me overnight. It took probably, I don't know, 2, 3 months to get used to
What
it.
kept you like continuing to keep trying and trying? Like, because you keep talking about how, you have so many trials and tribulations for years. And like, what got you to keep going and not quit?
Um, I don't know. Every time I showed up to work, I honestly despised it. Like hated people telling me what to do.
Yeah,
And I just felt like I wasn't making the money that I knew I could make. I think that's a big motivating factor is,
totally.
if you're passionate about this, but also you can see the light at the end of the tunnel where, it's a lifestyle that most professions cannot provide. Like most
Yeah.
professions, you have to be there in person or there's a cap on your pay.
Hmm.
You can't just be remote working forever. And not only that, but you don't have to answer to anybody, right? I don't have to answer to anybody but the market and myself. And I think that's the biggest thing is as a trader, you have total independence from anything. And especially because you're not reliant on specific economic conditions to keep you afloat. So like if there's a downturn, the trading industry is not really taking a hit during a recession. Like people are making money regardless.
Yeah, you can make money on the downside.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah, I
agree
guess it's
with that.
interesting because not a lot of people understand trading
They
as
think it's
this opportunity,
gambling.
and
Yeah.
it's so interesting because when the market is down,
I'll
my
get
mother,
text
even my
messages from people
mother-in-law
like,
is
"Are you
like,
okay?"
even my mother, yeah, exactly. Even my mother-in-law is like, "Are you okay?" Like, are you, And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm making more money than ever right now." But I don't tell them that. I'm just like, I'm doing
Yeah.
good. Um,
Yeah.
because on the other end, people are losing a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah.
it's capitalism at its core.
Hello,
Definitely.
people.
Hi.
So,
Boy, um, what an afternoon, huh?
yeah. Guess we'll see what happens on the earnings release in
Yeah,
in
we got
a
it
minute
in
and a
about
half.
a minute and a half.
My I guess my chips are on that the market's gonna go lower, but I don't have a strong opinion just the way we've been trading.
Well,
So
Pat, what do you guys think? Let us know. Up
Yeah,
or down,
chat.
chat. You can only choose one, up or down.
We're gonna stick around for a couple minutes here and watch the action, but um, the likes are a little light right now, folks. 174.
come on,
While we're
guys, pump it
waiting, you
up.
could hit that like button. A lot of down. Oh, there's ups and downs.
So much higher.
Oh, Somebody wrote, wait, what did they write? They wrote, Bears are done with that hat, like they're dead, and we gonna close high. I like the confidence.
Wow.
I just typically don't like going long when the daily has been closing lower and lower
Yeah.
for consecutive days. It's very hard
Very
to
good
get long.
justification there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm personally not the first one into a move, but if it rips higher, then I'll probably try and get in long at some point, but probably not today, tomorrow.
You know, we
Yeah.
are right. We are almost right dead on PAX's quarterly pivot right now in the S&P.
Look at this closing this hourly
Yeah.
jade, and it's like it is wicking and respecting it. So we're gonna see how this ends up going.
Yeah,
Oh, they're
I
not.
was
Here's
wrong.
it.
NVIDIA's not reporting till 420.
So I have mixed. That's a good question. I have mixed data on that. I've read some reports at 6:20. I read some reports it's immediately after the bell.
Hmm. Guess we'll never know.
Let's see.
Market
Well, we'll know.
manipulation.
Shai's ready to
Yeah, if it
tell us
starts
the answer.
dumping.
Yeah,
Tanya needs
right.
to
I
go.
mean, we don't even. The market will tell us when it's out.
Yeah.
It's like the best
Well,
source of
next few
data.
minutes.
Let's see what we got. Tanya needs a goat hat.
Uh,
I love that.
that's a good one. We'll give that
You
one
do
to
need a bull
Maya.
hat though. You can't have one without the other.
I need a bull one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll look it up.
let's find
Let's
one
look
for
at
you.
them. Yeah.
Is this the first time you guys were side by side in a stream for Ninja?
No, no. I think this is like the third or fourth time,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe the first in that for trading the close.
There you go. Florida Bulls
I think so. Sure.
is the one you want, Tanya. That
No.
one looks just like
No,
the
I
one that
don't
you have
want
on,
that
kind of.
one.
University of South Florida.
Oh, that's beautiful.
No.
I think we need a different one.
Should be like green, maybe. I don't know.
That one's like gray.
It should, yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
You gotta match the background a little bit. It's got to be a little pink in there.
Yeah, I like the vibes we got going. I'm like pink. He's green. I can change mine too. Make it red. Some days if I'm particularly bearish, I'll change it to red.
That school is near Delhi.
Nothing yet. It's funny. The anticipation's killing me.
Let's see, earning whispers.
And by the way, chat, it's okay to be flat right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What is it? Cash is a position.
Tracy just
Traded.
said Bloomberg just confirmed 420.
Too bad, chat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so confusing. I never know when, because then they have the earnings call, which is kind of cemented in the calendar.
Hmm.
So, and that's not till later, much later. So, all right, it's 420 it is, folks. We are not, I mean, we're not going to stick around. Mission Control and the producers have been up since like 6 in the morning working. They probably need a break.
Totally.
Yeah. So, in that event, thank you everybody for being here today. Great stream today. We're going to do it again tomorrow. We have Danielle DiMartino Booth is our special guest. If you're not following her on X, she's spectacular. She's going to be our special guest. We have Farms doing tape talk. Nick and XYZ are trading the open midday markets tomorrow. Are Leo and Joey. And then trading the close, I have Leo and Selma are back together tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna have a lot of stuff to do. There's gonna be a lot of reaction to NVIDIA stuff. There's gonna be also some economic releases coming out tomorrow as well. So tomorrow is gonna be a hot day. Don't miss tomorrow's show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. In the meantime, let's get that last second thumbs up for Tanya and for Jadecap doing it for us today, everybody. Awesome. Appreciate the subscriptions also. Tanya, Jade, thank you again. And I do want to say the most important message of the day before we leave. Please be safe out there. Be good to each other. See you soon.